Hello and welcome back to another A Light in the Dark, the demo. I am Sean the player, and this time round we are in Day 2, Silent Girl. The morning now. Okay, I'm gonna have to check the notes. Situation, what time is it now? I can't tell the time. Okay, so we already know about that. There's nothing in my backpack that can cut the rope. If only I had something sharp. The only exits are the door and the window. Is there another option? Based on the height from the window, jumping out of it is unlikely. I can't rest with this cold weather. If only there was something warm. I believe on the SETI there was some sort of jacket. Okay, that's crossed off. So her last name is Huang, but I still have no recollection of her. Let's see, maybe it is the discrimination due to her poverty that led to such a deep enmity. True. Okay, let's go. So cold. I didn't feel any better after sleeping. Instead, I felt even more tired. I was hoping to find a chance to escape when she fell asleep. However, time passed and she didn't show any signs of closing her eyes. I couldn't help but fall asleep first. The last thing I saw was her lighting another cigarette. My body must be really exhausted if I could fall asleep like that. Oh, this is a new one. Dazed, I opened my eyes and saw an unfamiliar face right before me. I jumped back reflectively, tried to shield my chest with my hands. My tied up hands reminded me once more of my kidnapped status. Regardless, I was shocked by this new face. I stared at the new girl before me. First impressions were her beautiful eyes. Clear and light brown like amber. The thick coat and the dark red sweater she wore looked pretty old. Her small body suggests she might be a junior high and clearly shouldn't be here. Oh fuck, she has a knife as well. I didn't know who she was, but it's easily noticed the knife in her hand. She stared straight at me, but didn't seem to want to say anything, which emitted an inexplicable pressure. Who are you? I tried to ask her, but she refused to answer and shook her head, with pressed lips as she watched my every move. Yeah, she probably would stab me out of panic. I couldn't find the kidnapper around. There were only the two of us in the room. In other words, a good chance to escape. Nah, it's too risky. Can you untie the rope for me? Head shaking. Seeing she has no intention to help, I tried to untie it myself. Her expression vividly changed upon my attempt. Oh fuck. Don't move! As expected, only another victim or the accomplice would be here. If she wasn't tied up and held a knife, then she must be my guard. The quiet girl and the antisocial girl. What a bizarre combo. If this was a plot in the movie, it would easily trigger a backlash from viewers. It appeared reality could be more ridiculous than fiction. I breathed out and couldn't help but laugh out loud from the stress. I had no idea why they would pick her as a partner. I could defeat someone of her size even if she held a knife, assuming she was alone. Is there anyone else here? There'd be no progress if I didn't start a conversation. decided to speak proactively after giving it some thought. She stared at me tightly with no response, making one wonder if she understood. "You were asked to guard me, right?" Still no response. "Can you untie the rope for me?" My arms are getting number if they stay like this. She shook her head, finally speaking after the silence from a while. "Big Sis told me not to listen to you." "Ah, the sisters. Okay." Her voice was light and quiet, like a smoke in the air. I finally heard her speak, yet it was frustrating to hear something so pointless. "Who is this big sister? Is she the one with the long hair that kidnapped me?" "Where is she? I need to talk to her." She's not as gullible as we think. After continuously asking a few questions, I got no one answer. Perhaps I was asking them too eagerly and made her cautious. She looked at me suspiciously but refused to say anything. I told myself to hang in there. I have to stay calm in this situation. I took a deep breath to suppress my unease. I tried to smile to lighten up the mood. "Do you have anything to eat? Don't tell me your sister doesn't allow that too." I had no strength with an empty stomach. I didn't eat anything since yesterday, and my stamina depleted faster under this cold weather. I had to save my energy for a chance. This was a war of attrition. Either she let me go or I give up first. Answering for action, she puts a bowl on the ground, grabbed the water bowl with difficulty, and carefully poured some water into it. Yeah. She handed me the bowl and brought me a pack of cookies. Worrying I might escape, she never moved her gaze away from me. The hand grasping the knife never loosened up. Observing her actions quietly, I hoped to read her thoughts, but I couldn't tell anything except stress. I drank the water with much effort, spilling quite some on my clothes due to my hands tied up. My clothes were wet again after finally getting dry too. The hard cookies tasted only of flour and nothing else. Even with water they were hard to swallow. I knew it was not the time to be picky, had to cherish every opportunity to replenish my strength. Noticing her conflicting gaze, I asked, "What?" "But Sis is not a bad person. She'll let you go when she gets the money. So please don't move." "I will collaborate, at least for now." I didn't finish this full sentence, but she already looked happy and clearly dropped her guard a little. Organising the information I could gather, I started to plan my next steps. Would the teacher notice something was wrong if I haven't gone to cram school for 2 days? Unlikely, considering how often I skipped it. Unless it was lasted long enough, but even in the worst case scenario, they would only contact my parents instead of the police. I started to regret not having more friends who could notice me being missing. Expecting her to let me go upon getting the ransom, would it really be this easy? Remembering that vague smile, I didn't feel much reassurance. The girl was squatting next to the wall and stared at me while hugging her legs. There was no curiosity in her eyes, as though nothing interested her here. She was just guarding this place, following someone's direction. Big Sis, huh? Considering their relationship, it was unlikely she planned the kidnapping. She was more likely just an accomplice following orders. Unlike some stereotypical bad girl who smokes or dyed her hair, she looked like a well-behaved but shy kid, at least if I didn't meet her in this situation. So who was planning all of this? Somehow I felt things were as simple as it seemed. There were too many points of suspicion if they were the ones planning this. Even carrying me here would be problematic for them. Also, the person she was contacting also concerned me. Hey. I called out to catch her attention and tried to start a conversation. She was younger than the kidnapper yesterday and with much less enmity. There might be a chance to convince her. How did you get my information? You're a student, right? Do you know what you're doing? She stared at me with no change of expression. I wasn't sure if she heard me. This might be even more troublesome than the other one. I could at least guess my kidnapper's fault if there was some sort of conversation. I was only wasting my time here if this kept going. Don't know what she told you, but this is kidnapping. I tried to sound more threatening to make her talk. There would be punishment even if you're underage. And that would involve your family too. Do you know that? They were just using you. I might blame this all on you later. Big sis wouldn't do that. She abruptly interrupted me. How can you be sure? Just because she was kind to you? Do you think she would be still on your side by then? While making her talk, I tried to push forward. This is such a stupid idea. Has she told you her plan after getting the money? Do you really know her? Big sis wouldn't do such a thing. You don't know anything about her. She interrupted me loudly and stood up all of a sudden, her little body shaking. I didn't expect such a big reaction. Perhaps her relationship with a big sis is closer than I thought. Of course I don't know your big sis. I stopped for a few seconds and stared at her coldly. All I know is that she's a kidnapper. That's all that matters. Liar! You don't know why big sis. She raised the knife and yelled at me, with her chest heaving up and down but swallowing the word before the key part. Why what? Big sis is just... Facing my question, she lowers her gaze. Worrying she might get too triggered and really harm me, I decided to change the subject despite my desire to continue. Wow, the fucking music's really going here. Oh, you might actually want to pick this up a bit quite loud. Let me just turn the volume down. Oh, fucking hell, that is loud. Anyways, I don't get it, but you better give it some thought. I coldly ended the conversation, leaving her to stare at me hesitantly. No matter how much faith one has in others, no one would stay still after hearing those words. I wasn't sure how effective it was. I could only wait and see. It's not like that. Not able to retort. She depressedly squatted next to the wall and mumbled to herself with her head in her arms. Seeing her almost about to cry made me feel a bit uncomfortable, but I'll do anything as long as I could get out of here. Besides, they were the ones at fault here. There shouldn't be no sense of guilt involved even if I hurt them a little. Technically, I suppose you would be right. Let's try to start a conversation with her. Could I let's try to observe something. There seems to be some sort... Is that the door? Yeah. Okay, let's try and chat, young girl. It's so cold, let's start with that. It's so cold. She made a sound to indicate she heard me. I waited a while to continue to talk. If only it was a little warmer. Her movement was strange. I had no way to get information if they couldn't talk to me. To get information from her, I'll need to find a way to make her talk. After all, telling her directly, I want to talk, most likely wouldn't work. If possible, I'd like to have some coffee. Oh. Don't you also want something hot to drink? Coffee's too bitter, she said indifferently. Just when I was about to give up, she answered softly. But cocoa is fine. Okay, so she won't give me cocoa, but she definitely drinks that. I'm gonna observe quickly. We already got to talk a bit. These books, what's that? There's quite a variety of books ranging from magazines, reference books to even cookbooks. Only things they share in common is their poor condition. A theory of justice, the Lucifer effect. Quite a few things I've never heard of. There might be some used books picked up from somewhere. I'm starting to think this is what the girls read. Let's try and talk to the girl. You really like reading, don't you? Yes. She has been reading in the corner for a few days now. She changed to another book after finishing one, never getting bored throughout the afternoon. I'll lose my patience if I have to read for more than an hour or two. The book selection was pretty diverse, ranging from novels and magazines to travel books. It didn't appear there were any process of selection. Where did you get all these books? You borrowed them? It was unlikely of them to buy books if they had to kidnap me for money. However, there was no library barcode on them either, on top of the fact they looked quite old. Big Sis gave them to me. She was without raising her head and kept flipping through the magazines. Big Sis wants me to read more so people won't look down on me in the future. Huh? That explanation was unexpected. I thought she would say educated people are all liars and rich people are the demons. All the talk about how damnable the rich people are, yet she still wants to be like them. So did your sis go to school? Maybe till middle school. She raised her head with a rare smile on her face. She might not look it, but Big Sis had good grades. Really? Good grades? I tried to imagine a girl in a school uniform and just couldn't see her as someone with good grades. As much as I want to observe again, it's probably best to chat with her. How long might be interesting, but getting the name might be just as good as well. Who are you? She silently looked at me, showing no desire to talk. Are you a student? I don't go to school. She shook her head, still not really want to talk to me. Look at her, she must be underage with such thin arms and a slender body. Do your parents know about this? Did they allow you to do such a thing? She pressed her lips and shook her head. Thinking the mood was too heavy, I decided to talk to her a little later. Okay, we didn't get shit out of that one. It's worth a try because we managed to get something out of the sister. But, might have been better to ask about the sister relationship. Now I think about it. The prison life was surprisingly boring. You couldn't do anything with tied hands. And the only person you could talk to was as silent as a rock and as she sat in the corner of the room. There was no phone, no TV, no internet. The usually insufficient 24 hours now felt way too lengthy. Yet she didn't look one bit bored. Flipping through her book from God knows where, she observed my emotions from time to time. I ate the same cracker for breakfast and lunch. Also went to the bathroom once, hoping the cat would find a chance to escape. She stood outside with a knife when I was in there, never rushing me or leaving. Finding nothing useful there, I had to leave without much more ado. Don't you eat anything more normal? Or do you just love crackers? She ate the same thing as me. That sort of cheap cookie was tasteless no matter how long you chewed, only making your mouth dry. Unless you won a year's worth of it from the lottery, there was really no reason to keep eating this. I started the conversation out of boredom. She raised her head thoughtfully. This is very cheap and lasts long. Aren't you worried about malnutrition? There was nothing but starch, let alone fibre or vitamins. Pretty ironic for someone with a pretty name. Nutrition biscuit. Oh. She showed no concern about balancing her diet. She didn't even raise her head, just replied nonchalantly. Hanging out with her this whole morning, she didn't give any sort of proper response except when it was about her big sister. Pretty incredible, I would say. Strangely, it was not like she cared about this big sister that much. More like she didn't care about anything else. Did you figure something out with my dad? No idea. Her answer about a second thought didn't appear to be a lie. However, it did trigger my curiosity if she didn't even care about the status of the ransom. No matter who you are, you must care about something, whether it's family, work, or even a dream. Yet she did none of that. There wasn't even some sort of enmity against me. Only caution at most. Try to talk. Why do you like your, big sis? Hesitating a little, I decided to follow how she addressed the person in question. Because big sis took care of me. That's it? She said no more despite the wait. Then I realised she had finished. She frowned and stared at me. You were willing to do all this because she took good care of you? That's a lot. You are just way too easy to be satisfied. What the hell? If you treated her nicely, she might even kill someone for you. Kidnapping is no small crime in any country. It can easily end up getting you more than 10 years of jail time. I finally understood why gangs like to recruit students. Of that age, anyone nice to you might be a friend. And one could do anything for a friend. Unable to retort, a bit of confusion flew through her eyes. Because Big Sis is nice, so I want to help her. Is that strange? She said quietly. Depends on helping with what? It's a simple question but with implication. Maybe no one would take care of her except this Big Sis. Maybe things you take for granted aren't the case for us at all. Remembering her words from yesterday, I realised they might have some real difficulties. Now I just feel sympathy. Maybe they had their reasons to do this. And she said the world is not fair. If only I could convince them to let me go. Let's go for sympathy. Unmoving would be just too much of an arsehole. At this rate. Oh shit, she's got some sort of order. Within the silence, the sudden vibration of the cell phone sounded extra sharp. Unlike yesterday, the girl picked up the phone immediately. Hello? Maybe being asked about me, the girl glanced at me when answering the call. Yes, it's alright. I had no idea what the conversation was and could only guess from my words. Okay. It was the kidnapper from yesterday. Where would she be if she needed a call to confirm my situation? Did she already contact someone to get the ransom? Or did they have other bases of operation? He is next to me. Alright. The girl handed me the phone. I raised my tied hands and then shrugged helplessly. She hesitated a little, then put the phone next to my ear. With this distance, maybe I could bump into her with the element of surprise. I could probably still overwhelm her with my limbs tied. No. Before making up my mind, I heard a voice from the phone. Hello? The cold voice sounded a little different from the phone. The noisy background seemed to be from somewhere outside. Maybe a restaurant or a karaoke place. Hey, can you hear me? Yeah. I see you're still kicking. Sorry to disappoint. She didn't seem pleased with my greeting. Maybe she was expecting me to get all panicked and shiver into the corner of a wall. The more she wanted to see and see me in fear, the more I wanted to act indifferently. It was not really any sort of strategy, just some pointless showing of resistance. You should know by now, but I will repeat this again. Don't try to run, don't ask questions. I am watching you, and if anything happens... She paused and left a threat. Even if I agree to return you, I am not breaking a deal if you are missing an arm or a leg. Got it. Got it. I didn't even need to guess what she wanted to say. Losing an arm or a leg, throw me off a cliff, blah blah blah. Hell, even agreeing to return me alive was already saintly of her. Most wouldn't even intend to keep the hostage alive. Hostages usually get silenced after the kidnapper gets the money and are ready to run. I didn't plan to believe her words from the beginning. If I played too nice, I might get killed without knowing how. Is my dad playing? None of your business. Just worry about yourself. But bullshit. Why would I ask about that if not out of concern of my own safety? I wanted to ask her more, but got stopped immediately. I'm heading back now, so stay put. That's all. Hey, wait. Before I could say anything, she hung up. Hung up right after she said whatever she wanted. What a woman. Hearing the empty sound of a disconnected call, I knew being mad would make no difference. What did Big Sis say? She approached me once the call ended and asked me worriedly. For a short period of time I wondered what to say. Her answer, honestly. She told me to stay put and she would be home soon. Oh. Not showing any emotion, she simply took the phone and sat back down on the corner. Remember how the Big Sis sat next to the window smoking, seemingly lost in her thought and impatience. In contrast, the girl was way too quiet, holding her legs like a kitten waiting for its master to come home. How much did she really know about the kidnapping? She didn't even know me or what to do. Her Big Sis asked her to guard me, so she's guarded. Her Big Sis asked her not to talk to me, so she didn't talk to me. Whether it was about the outcome or the reward, she was clueless and didn't care. She just had faith in her big sister. Such blind trust was not far from stupidity. I almost felt bad for her. They're obviously related. Time felt much longer when you were waiting. I even sighed in relief when I heard the sound. The sound of a motorcycle engine turning off somewhere in the distance could be heard. The approaching footsteps echoed through the staircase, empty but with a certain rhythm. There was no elevator. Was this an apartment or some privately owned house? I could only hear one person's footsteps. So there was no one coming back with her. I'm back. The one who walked in was the same girl from the day before, aka the big sister. Same overcoat as yesterday and her expression didn't change either. Welcome home. Not sure what I had in mind, she suspiciously looked at me and handed the plastic bag in her hand to the other girl. Bento, eat it while it's still hot. Big sis. Young girl whispered something to her ear. I couldn't tell the context from the distance. The girl nodded, staring dead straight at me. Once the girl finished, she moved towards me with the knife. She tried to check the rope, even pulling it a few times to make sure it was tight enough. Told you I did nothing. If I can get out of this, do you think I would stay here? Quiet. Ask her then. She threw the other girl a questioning glance, which was answered by a silenced nod. Her head wasn't even turned. She seemed like the bento is much more attractive than the situation here. Tch. She snorted unhappily, but couldn't find a reason to act up. She then just started to laugh scornfully. Whatever. I doubt you have the balls to try anything. You have the rich daddy and mummy arranging everything for you from school to job. You probably even had a housemaid that cleaned for you. You can't do shit on your own, can you? Here we go again. This ridiculous enmity was not just aimed at me, but anyone with a better life than her. What was the point hating all these people? Would it change anything about her life? Would it be more practical if she tried to change something instead of all this hate? Where did you go? She probably would only be more pissed off if this continued, so I decided to change subject to avoid trouble. Why would I need to inform you, Not cut me any slack, she raised her eyebrow provocatively. I sighed helplessly. This was really going nowhere if she kept up with this attitude. You start eating, don't mind me. Only after she spoke I noticed the girl didn't move her chopsticks despite having the bento open, as though waiting for a big sis to start the meal together. I had dinner already. You don't need to leave me anything. She softened the expression in her eyebrows and gently patted the young girl's head. There was even a smile on her face. The young girl nodded obediently. Even an outsider like me could tell how close they are. If anything, I wouldn't even believe she still had such an expression in her. More questions appeared in my mind seeing their interaction. With such familiarity, what was their relationship? The sound of water flowing in the bathroom reminded me I haven't taken a shower in 2 days. It still felt uncomfortable even though I barely moved or sweated. I was willing to give up half of my worldly possessions for a hot shower and a pay with a future income for a cup of coca as a bonus. The young girl was clearly starved and was quiet and happily eating the rice. She didn't even pay attention to me. Her figure looked extra weak and small from here. I still couldn't believe she would be a kidnapper. What kind of family would allow her to do such a thing? Whatever. Considering my own family, I had no right to criticise others. Phew. Did I miss anything there? Nope. The girl left the bathroom holding her hair. She only washed her face since there was no hot water. The light shine on her face rendering the pale colour a little more rosy, yet the face was still cold as ice. What are you looking at? She sensitively noticed my gaze and asked me with a raised eyebrow. Nothing, just thinking I haven't taken a shower in a while. You think this is some fancy hotel, rich boy? Would have called the front desk with this level of accommodation. You keep talking, I dare you. Never mind. She snorted with contempt and walked to the window to lightly shake the young girl's shoulder. The young girl had finished the bento and was falling asleep next to the wall despite her best efforts to stay awake. Go to bed already. You'll catch a cold like this. She nodded sleepily and climbed in the bed obediently. Not caring at all about the dust on top, she grabbed the bed sheets and laid down. Maybe she was really tired, didn't take her long to completely fall asleep, leaving only the sound of steady breathing in the room, I suppose it would say. The girl walked to the window, opened the bento quietly, starting to eat. Nothing for me. Tormented by the scent of the food, I couldn't help myself and asked, "You can just eat the cookies. How about just a cup of coffee? I have money in the purse. When hot dinner, I prefer some hot coffee to relax my nerves. You done yet?" I had learned protesting wouldn't help, and now the headache was getting even more unbearable without coffee. She looked troubled and just absent-mindedly eating. She kept poking the chicken drumstick as if it was some sort of meaningless release of tension. Please stop playing with your food, even if you're not in the mood. I'll take it if you have no appetite. Hunger plus anger drove me to gave that suggestion. I doubt doing that would solve your problem. Nevertheless, I noticed a darkened mood and decided to keep my mouth shut. Probably a good idea. Let the angry girl eat a fucking drumstick. Piecing all the clues together along with her reaction, I can only come up with one conclusion. You can reach my dad. How did... You're trying to trick me? Realising that she slipped without thinking, her face instantly darkened. I didn't mean anything, I just thought... Thinking she might lose her temper, she immediately tried to pass her on the responsibility. However, she suddenly stood up. Are you looking down on me? Finding me easy to fool? She bit her lips, staring at me with much hatred, voice colder than ever. Oh, I am just randomly guessing. There must be something wrong, and I doubt the police have found out about this soon. So, look, Her reaction far surpassed my expectation. Yeah, no shit. I tried to explain myself, but that didn't stop her walking towards me. She walked closer and closer, with the knife, with eyes flashing with madness. Was she really going to do this? No, I was really fearing for my life for the first time ever. She looked like a cornered animal that would try anything in desperation. Don't struggle. Before she got the money, she wouldn't kill me. If resistance were futile, I decided to close my eyes and grip my teeth, hoping she would not really do it. I smelled a faint scent and felt her hair on my cheek and her rapid breathing. What's that smell? Unbelievably, at this moment of life and death, I was thinking about something this insignificant. Against the skin was a cold sensation. The blade was right before my chest. A simple push buried it deep into the flesh. I opened my eyes and saw the look of ice before me. Don't lie to me. The voice next to my ears was light but clear. I will say it one more time. Don't lie to me. If you look down on me, you will regret it. Her voice was steady, but not the knife in her hand. She didn't clarify how she would do it, nor ask for my confirmation. Yet this threat was more powerful than anything prior. All my words got stuck in my throat, my body paralysed to the point I couldn't even blink. She meant it. I could read the emotion in her eyes. That was pure murderous intent. No questions about it. She would do it if I did it again. I am done with folks like you. Don't think I won't do it. Worst case scenario, I would just die with you. No biggie for someone like me. What? She finished the sentence, then moved the knife away and walked back to the window. I just lay on the ground motionlessly. My tense body was still trembling. What the fuck she meant by that? Does that mean that she's depending on that ransom? That if she don't get it, that she will eventually get, die herself? Or would it be guilt? I really doubt it would be guilt. Only till then I confirmed something. They could end me any time. The notion of her not touching me before getting the money or having some backup plan meant nothing to them. At this point, she had nothing to lose. I took a deep breath while facing the window. That's how I calmed myself since childhood. What I needed to do stayed the same. But this was no visual novel, but a cruel reality. Yeah. Okay. I doubt I can do anything tonight. There'll be some fucking run. And running would not be a good idea. Not yet, anyways. The desk lamp drew a long shadow from her. What just occurred still creeped me out a little. However, since she hadn't contacted my family, there was still a chance. I breathed in deeply, gathering the courage to talk to her. I have a proposal. She just looked out the window motionlessly, showing no interest in my question. She ain't gonna do that. Oh god. Let me go now and all my money is yours. It might not be much. About 7,000 or 8,000 NTD in total. And I swear I won't tell no one. Knowing she must be listening, I kept going on my own, even without a response. You can guard me all the way to the ATM if you want to, or do it in any manner you prefer. You want to keep this down, right? Is this all necessary? I bet in my last bit of strength to convince her, considering her position, I tried to propose something that would be mutually beneficial. I believe no one would risk his or her life until there was no other choice. Now, it's still not too late. Think about this. The wait was so long I thought there was no response, but finally she turned her head. There was no rage in her eyes, only exhaustion. Why should I believe you? Why should I believe you that you'll hand me the money and never tell the cops? I can answer out of hesitation. It was hard to create a situation where both sides can trust each other at the first place. I wouldn't agree to such terms if the roles were reversed. I would be the one in control once I got my freedom. She wouldn't be able to do anything to stop me from calling the cops. No answer? Then shut the fuck up and stop wasting my time. Rather than handing her fate to me, she rather believed in herself. All my gathered confidence grew fainter and fainter, and I was temporarily out of ideas. But if this kept going, then what can I do to win your trust? I asked her with my last of my courage. Matching her stare, I could see the frugality under that cold look. She grew silent and started to ponder my question. Then a bitter smile appeared on her face. I don't know. She turned to the window and quietly said it again. I don't know. The mood is heavy. I must try to do something. There's a cigarette. Let's do the sofa first. The synthetic leather is all ragged. The cotton inside of it exposed like some gutted dead body. What a bad omen. Okay, that didn't really work to plan. We're going to end this bit here. Let's check out notes that we've got. See the maiden. She seemed close to the young girl. What is their relationship? Sister, apparently. They do look a bit similar. Let's see, the young girl looked... she was most likely not older than the average junior high school student. Doesn't seem to have the same level of intimacy as the other girl. Maybe I can convince her. She believes her sister will let me go once she gets the money, if only things would go this smoothly. So someone named Mr. Ken is involved. Perhaps he is the one really behind this. She likes Coca. Okay. Try and chat. There's nothing harmful. Let's do this. So what is your relationship? They interacted like siblings, yet the age was even close. I'm not in the mood to chat. Better stay quiet too. Fuck. I could risk it. But I can tell she really doesn't want to fuck around. If I bite back, she's going to fucking hit me. Oh, this is not a really win-win situation. If I stay quiet, I don't get anything. Fuck it. What's the worst thing gonna happen? She's gonna stab me. It's less boring chatting. Yeah, I know it. She'll fucking hit me. I am not in the mood to chat. Answering with violence, she squatted down and pulled my hair hard while saying each word slowly. She really had no sense of humour. I didn't dare to say more, so I kept my mouth shut. Okay, there's no point. She's just going to hit me again. No point going for the bag. Okay, let's go for this. It looks like cigarettes. I'm not sure what brand it is, but it smells not as bad as I thought after inhaling it for a while. It has a blue packaging. What is the brand? Let's try to ask her about it. It might be the clue to identifying who she is. There's nothing else there. I could do the bento, but fuck it, I'm gonna risk it. What is the brand of the cigarettes you smoke? Why? Do you want to try it out? Nah, I'm fine. Then why ask? Just found it smells special. She figured telling me wouldn't matter much, so she answered easily. Light 7. My dad only smokes these. Your dad? He hit the road some time ago. A shitty man who doesn't care of his family. I will kill him if I ever met him. Seeing how angry she got, I found something strange. Isn't it just contradictory to hate someone yet smoke the same brand of cigarettes? It was getting late and I couldn't find a way out, a way to change the situation. Instead of escaping or waiting for the ransom, the safest option was to convince her to let me go. Things could still get resolved without anything happening. It would not be this easy once the police got involved though. But how? Even though I could tell she has a hesitation, I couldn't win her trust, so I had to win her trust first. The sudden vibration broke the silence. She looked at the phone screen, then jotted a little as though getting electrocuted. She lowered her eyes and read the message. She raised the corner of her mouth but didn't appear to be that happy. What? I had a bad feeling and instantly asked. There'll be a call in 10 minutes. Tell your dad to pay up if you want to go home. Oh fuck. The unexpected change of events instantly froze my blood. This is way too soon. I was naive to think I still had time to convince her. The moment she reached my family, there was no turning back. The police would start taking action, the family preparing the ransom and the culprit preparing to escape. What now? What now? I quickly went through all the possibilities in my mind, but couldn't come up with a situation. I must not stop thinking. There must be a way. Time passed second by second. I had no time to hesitate. You just want the money, right? Is there really no other way? Out of options, I gave it my all just to shout at her. Not giving her a chance to contemplate, I continued after a quick break. Fucking hell. Let me go and you can have all the money and proof of my silence in all of this. Think about it. You really think you can get this money easily? Are you okay with playing hide and seek for the rest of your life? I couldn't finish my words. Seeing the expression, I realised that was it too. Under the night light, she looked almost like a dream. Too empty and transparent to be touched. That smile couldn't hide her helplessness, and those eyes were filled with regret, silence and immediate immense sadness. There's no turning back. Her voice was surprisingly calm. There was no anger or accusation, only concession in that expression. She surrendered to a hopeless life. Nothing was more convincing than that expression. So even she could make that expression of hopelessness. There has been no turning back since a long time ago. The phone vibrated again. Seeing her pick up the phone, I couldn't say anything. I should have known. The moment the phone rang, nay, from the very beginning, she had no choice but this. Under the serene moonlight, the cogwheel started to spin faster. What the fuck? Oh. Nice, this is pretty cool. We never got a chance to choose. Shit. Well, I guess that's gonna be it. So thank you all for watching the demo. I will definitely be getting the game. I actually got really excited about this. This is cool. So yeah, thank you all for watching the demo. For more PC and gaming content, be sure to check out my channel for more, and hit that subscribe button for more content. Check this game out on Steam if you're interested, and I will see you all next time. This is Sean, signing off. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. I will see you all next time.